Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford. Right now, take up to $6,000 off MSRP on new 2019 Ford F-150. Plus, get 0% APR for 72 months. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
Are you ready?
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa Know-How. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa Know-How team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Know-how, Napa Know-how. Did you know at Wireless Sandals Truck Lines, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wireless Sandals Truck Lines, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wireless Sandals Truck Lines, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wireless Sandals Truck Lines, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford, and folks, we have the deal for you. Take up to $6,000 off MSRP and get 0% APR for 72 months for huge savings on a new 2019 Ford F-150. Select new 2019 Ford Mustang starting at an incredibly low $23,900, or drive home a select new 2019 Ford Escape starting at just $18,900. Bill Jackson is the name you've trusted for over 30 years. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
Good morning and welcome to Today in L.A. I'm Mike Amos. Jim Jackson's here. Bill Rice is here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford's Picks of the Week on Troy Cable. And Jim Jackson, man, you dressed like a North Carolina
Tar Heel Blue.
Tar Heel. You got Tar Heel Blue.
I got the pink lapel pin on and the pink bracelet.
I bet you had some people ask about those.
Oh yeah, all my employees have one of the lapel pins, and got a lot of the pink bracelets also.
Good morning, you're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
What's up, Michael?
Mike Amos calling in from Great Beach, Florida, and everybody's on board. Rice is after a little bit of hiatus. Rice, tell us personally how it is to have pneumonia.
Not good, I would assume.
Not fun. I guess there's all different types of pneumonia, but what I've had is the worst thing is a terrible cough. You know, in my lungs, it really won't go away. I thought it was over, and it's still lingering. But I also had a real bad sore throat, fever. So I was pretty sick for about 2 weeks.
And of course, he's back ready to play, and we're glad to have him back. And of course, Jim has the new leader, new Ford business going.
It's going good. Going good.
Did you think you could ever? I mean, it's like switching over to Alabama and Auburn, wasn't it?
It wasn't that bad. You know, we're 5 months in now, so everything's kind of starting to settle down. And
5 months in, that's hard to believe.
It is hard to believe, isn't it? Not quite, but May the 23rd, I think, was the day.
Yeah. Of course, you're a guy that, you know, always is standing, always is moving, and, you know, you got a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy to run two dealerships.
It does, back and forth, trying to keep up with what's going on. We're still trying to grade last week's sheets. Who won the Georgia Southern South Alabama game?
Georgia Southern won it over.
That's right, in overtime. I saw that. Yeah. UAB won, didn't he?
Yep, they won.
Yeah, they won. Yeah, big win by Appalachian State in the Sun Belt last night. Late in the game, Appalachian State got the ball at the 1 yard line late in the fourth quarter. Well, not really late in the fourth quarter, probably about 10 minutes left, and had a drive that lasted over 8 minutes and scored scored a touchdown. They won last night 17-7 over Louisiana Lafayette.
I saw that, and a lot of people were picking Lafayette, which kind of shocked a bunch of folks.
Yeah, Lafayette was the favorite out in Vegas. I was shocked by that as well.
What Troy needed Lafayette to win, right? Because Troy and Appalachian State are in the same division.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's correct.
That's right. And this game coming up this
Unfortunately, it
Wednesday.
doesn't look like it's going to come down to Troy and Appalachian State.
I think I'm not sure that's going to matter. It looks like it was 27 games last week.
Sure was. And
Okay, I had 8 losses.
I went 21-6.
well, that's not bad. I had Troy.
I think everybody lost Duke. You got Mike. That is Michael's.
Yeah, that is Michael. And in fact,
That's you.
let's go down it. Of course,
So he is.
Luverne beat Goshen. And,
Yeah, you got. I think this is Little Michael because you picked Troy. No, it's Missouri.
this is
You beat
Michael.
me by 2 games. That was 19.
Dad also picked Charles Henderson.
Yeah. Luverne won.
So
Charles,
this is you.
Greenville beat Charles Henderson. Pike Liberal Arts beat Abbeville. Georgia beat Tennessee. Nebraska just does beat Northwestern. North Carolina beat Tech very bad.
Yeah, they beat him 16.
Cal beat
Oregon
just did win. LSU wins. Iowa State wins. Ohio State wins. Texas wins over West Virginia. Cincinnati beat Central Florida. So we're getting Central Florida out of our system.
Oh yeah.
Miami loses to Virginia Tech in a big way. Brantley beat Elba. Pike County beat Providence. Not them out of undefeated. Arrington continues to roll, and
They did.
and they then of course Pittsburgh beat Duke. Iowa loses to Michigan. Penn State beats Purdue. Baylor beats Kansas State. Baylor's a hot team right now. Arkansas State loses to Georgia State. Washington loses to Stanford. Ole Miss beats Vandy. Georgia Southern beats South Alabama. UAB beats Rice. Auburn loses to Florida. And finally, Troy loses to.
That's Michael, and he'd have had Missouri, so don't count that as a loss for him.
Hey, let the record show that
I
I got the Auburn Florida score exactly right. Of course, I had the winner wrong.
Just the wrong winner.
How many was it? 27 total?
27 total. You went 17-10, I think. Let me check. Well, you picked a lot of upsets.
Didn't everybody pick Auburn?
Most everybody picked Auburn, no question.
Yes.
I think anybody picked Florida, didn't
I think everybody picked Auburn. I think everybody picked Miami. I think everybody picked Duke.
I had Pitt. I picked Pitt.
Oh, you had Pitt? Okay.
I've
and then
got-
the other game,
everybody picked Washington.
yeah, Stanford beat Washington. I think everybody probably had Washington. So, Big Mike was 17-10.
Yeah.
Bill was 19-8. I was 21-6.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to win it this week. Jim Jackson wins.
Michael was better than 17-10, though, wasn't he?
All right, well, let's see here. Michael was, he lost
Yeah,
1,
I'm definitely better
2,
than 17-10. I
3,
think Charles
4,
Wait.
5,
No.
6, 7, 8. He
All right,
lost
right here,
8
Arkansas
games.
State won.
Yeah.
So that's
No, they didn't. They got beat.
Georgia State beat them?
killed them. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we're going to change that then.
Yeah. In fact, I've got Michael losing 8 games, Mike. You lost the
And that takes me to
Central Florida
22-7.
game, the Miami game, the
No,
Brantley
that takes
game,
you to
the Abbeville
20-7.
game.
27, that's right.
You also
You only
lost
beat me by 1
Duke,
game. Good.
Iowa, Arkansas State, Washington. Those are, I believe everybody lost those games. So it's pretty close. I've got Michael losing 8 ball games. How many did you lose?
20-7. He loses. Yeah, he had UCF. That's the difference.
That's right.
So,
I lost 8 too, Michael.
so he's 21-8.
21
No,
and
I'm sorry, 19-8.
19
I
and
keep
8.
going the wrong
And
way.
how did you do?
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
I was 20-7. Michael and Bill were both
19 and 8.
19-8.
The way I look at it is how many it's like the
Hang on, I gotta add one more to you. Arkansas State was a loser,
Yeah.
so you were 16-11.
All right.
But you keep picking the upset games, so one of these weeks you're gonna get there.
Yeah, you're right. And we start another week. Of course, Jim Jackson wins this week, and
I look at it by how many I'm up or down in the standings. So I was 1 down in the loss column, and that makes me probably about 5 down in the loss column for the year.
I'm looking at something here. What am I doing with this? Well, this is the right one.
Those are this week.
Georgiana
Yes,
and
sir.
Elba?
Georgiana and Elba.
Right.
Okay, now we're
Now,
ready.
we don't know exactly who Pike County plays. Do y'all know that?
I can look it up. They might have an off week.
I don't know. I don't know if they do or not, but
I think everybody from the state of Tennessee is down in 38 right now.
are they? And everybody's getting excited.
Look like a hunter's convention.
You know, they have that.
Breaks are pretty amazing down here.
You know, we didn't have fall breaks. when I
No, there was no
No,
such thing.
But, you know, we also didn't start school in early August either.
And that's got to be a lot of fun to have that break.
September.
Yeah.
You got yours? Pass that right. You got one?
He's got one.
I'm good. I'm ready to
I'll
pick.
put mine
All
over
right, I
here.
got it right here.
Looks like we got more games. We better get to
I
it.
can
Yes,
swap
sir.
some
We
sides.
got some more games. It's going to be fun. Fun. Till the daddy takes the T-Bird away. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And, of course,
What's going on in Alabama with their center, Owens, Jim? What's going on with him? What kind of injuries he got?
I don't know, but, you know, there was talk, Michael, that when Deontay Brown came back, there might be a little shuffling with the inside three anyway. The guy, I guess it would be, is it Dickerson that was playing right guard?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's the Florida State transfer.
Okay.
He played really well for Alabama.
And I think they're moving him to center.
Yep.
And Deontay Brown's coming in at right guard, and there was talk about that happening even before Owens got hurt.
Okay.
That was, you know, that was the one thing that they were kind of basing the improvement in their run game on, was getting Deontay Brown back, because they struggled running on the inside the first 2 or 3 games. They couldn't.
Pike County is hosting Slocum, Dad.
Slocum, the Red Tops. They're hosting Slocum. So write that in, Slocum, the Red Tops.
Any other games you need to
You
know?
know, Slocum's got a good kid. Got a kid that's good at Troy, don't they?
Can I tell y'all my Slocum story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
defensive ends from Slocum.
Yeah,
we
go
have
ahead.
time, Mike, or should we not?
Yeah, we got time.
We got time. Go ahead.
When I was a sophomore, Charles Henderson played Slocum. I was the 3rd string quarterback. This was
You
a
mean, I
game-
thought you were all city and Troy 3 years in a row.
No. This was a game little Bill Rice could have got to play in. So that was the state championship year. Well, Coach Jeffcoat said that the team will leave at 4:15. And I thought he said that we were supposed to arrive back at the locker room at 4:15. So I got back to the locker room right when Perry Green was finishing his inspirational pep talk and everybody was loading the bus. And I said, oh, heck. So I ran to my locker, got my bag, ran out in the bus, and got on the bus. But lo and behold, guess what I forgot?
Your helmet.
My helmet.
Oh, no.
They'd already locked the locker room, and so I had to go from the scrub bus back to Coach Jeffcoat's first string bus and say, Coach Jeffcoat, I left my helmet.
Oh, boy.
You know what he said?
What?
He said, get off the bus. You ain't going.
That's typical of something he would have done,
and
really.
so I said, heck with that. I went and got back on the bus, the second string bus, but I did not play. And Charles Henderson ended up blowing out Slocum, and I would have got to play about the whole quarter with all my other.
I remember that game. I remember that was a home game, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was awful because I remember that night telling my dad what happened, and he called Coach Jeffcoat, and we all got past it. And I understand Coach Jeffcoat's position, but I didn't. Not only did I not get to play in the game, I actually had to run sprints up and down on Monday too.
Yeah, I mean,
So I always remember Slocum.
he didn't accept.
But you weren't late again, were you?
I wasn't late again. That's right.
I was telling this story, Mike. I don't know if you heard it or not.
I imagine your dad and Jay Jeffco, that was 2 intimidating people right there having a conversation.
That's right.
I overheard it, and then Dad's point was, if that was Jerry Beverly or Willie Collins, would you have let him go back and get it?
Hey, you know what? He would have done it. He was like that. He was, he was.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm sitting here looking at
I'm not going to say he was a perfectionist, but you know, he was just
He was
that
stubborn,
kind of
and
guy.
I love Coach Jeffcoat, and he was real good to me. We became good friends, but he stuck to. He was like a lot of football coaches. He was going to stick to what he thought, and my dad could call him at 11 o'clock at night. He wasn't going to care.
The best thing about Jeffco, he would give you an option, though. If you got in trouble, he'd either run you or he'd paddle you. And every single time I took the paddling. Cause that was so much easier.
Oh, yeah, you get it over with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
you get it over with right away.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't paddle anymore.
You can't at all. Is that against the law?
Yeah, you don't see that anymore.
So Appalachian State beats Louisiana Lafayette, and it was Lafayette good, Mike?
I mean, I only got to watch a few parts of it. We had a lot of people over last night, but I mean, Appalachian State's quarterback, the kid out of Hewitt Trustful, is a really good player.
Well, they're on our pick sheet, so hopefully nobody will miss that game.
We went ahead and took App State, so we know we got one winner. All right, let's get.
App State's undefeated. There's a chance they could go undefeated.
Yeah, sure could. Okay, let's get started. Bill Jackson's Picks of the Week brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass right here in Troy, where they're dealing and ready to get started with a good weekend. Have you caught yourself working a lot on weekends?
I'm a lot more hours.
Yeah,
I'm usually starting a little earlier in the morning, a little later getting home at night. A lot of Saturdays, yes, until football. Of course, I hadn't been to Tuscaloosa for twice. So.
Yeah. Bill, of course, your dad, what a great man. He bought the Chevrolet dealership back in the 80s, wasn't it?
1989. August the 1st of 89 is when he took over.
Troy changed, Larry Blayton, who became the new head football coach, the chancellor of it,
Correct.
started by the same
All
time.
about the same time. Dr. Hawkins came in from Talladega.
Yeah.
Larry came in and took the job our first year here.
Yeah.
Because actually a good friend of mine, our first Bill Jackson golf tournament back then, a good friend of mine from Auburn came down and played with Larry.
Yeah.
You know what else happened that year, right around the same time? Bill Rice Jr. became the sports editor of the Troy Messenger, replacing Steve Ellis.
I got you.
I tell you what, you did a good job, too. Before we get going, on a somber note, we lost Mike Lott, and have you ever been to a more impressive ceremony than that?
Yeah, that was Monday. Was a week ago, I think.
Yeah, at the First Baptist Church.
Yeah, like 10 days ago, it was full, and just
his
just
wife,
a great perspective on his life and the people that were there. And
you're right. If there was ever a better send-off, I don't believe I've ever seen it. It was just really, really very heartfelt, and again, our prayers and our thoughts go out to the Lott family. And number 20. What brought it to my attention, we were doing the Charles Henderson review last night on our coaches show, and we were talking about him, and in a minute it comes on the board a giant picture of Mike Lott, and where they recognized him.
Oh, the Charles Henderson game?
Yeah, the Charles Henderson game, and I thought that was very good taste. And
yeah, that is pretty neat.
Coach, the staff at Charles Henderson did a great job of putting that together, and it was very, very well deserved. Now, you were on that same team. Mike Lott was a running back, wasn't a big guy. He was mainly a blocking back. Wore number 20.
Wasn't fast. He was slow.
Wore number 20, but it was just tough as nails. And you were a sophomore on that team, and he was a senior. Is that right?
About that senior class, I believe, had 26 players.
Holy cow!
And they were played together since they were 10 years old, and they could all play.
They ran a 7-diamond. You would never see that today, but they ran a 7-diamond defense where they had that one linebacker, but they had him where he couldn't be blocked. His name was Paul Schreiber. He averaged about 25 tackles a game, but it was the most unusual defense.
About Mike, he had to be the best blocking halfback in the state of Alabama.
Talking about Mike Lott.
You run that option, and you've got to do the cut block, and he just perfected it.
Yeah.
Everybody he came upon was going to hit the ground.
And he was not big. He probably could, soaking wet, probably weighed 150 pounds. He was not a big guy at all. Let's get going. Bill Jackson's Picks of the Week, and of course.
Also, didn't mention it's the 1-year anniversary of Hurricane Michael down here on the coast.
Oh, is that today?
It's hard to believe that's been over a year now.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's still a lot of families living in tents down here. It's still a bad situation.
You're right through downtown Panama City, and it doesn't look like it's been a year.
And one of my favorite places to eat still has not opened back up. Well, two of them. One of them's the Red Barn. The other one is right across the street from me now, Mike.
What, you talking about
No, not hunts. Talking about.
The red bar had nothing to do with the hurricane. The red
Oh,
bar
I know that.
You're gonna be talking about
Prime rib, Mike.
Boar's Head.
Boar's Head,
yes.
And they still haven't opened back up. I don't know what they're going
Panama
to do.
City Beach, you can't even
I have
tell
heard
there was
rumor
a
now.
hurricane, but Panama City is just.
Well, Panama City Beach, there's still some places like Boar's Head down on the west end that's not back open yet.
Jim, you'll get a kick out of this. I have heard rumor, if it's true, that the famous restaurant in Pensacola is moving to the site.
Pensacola and Destin have McGuire Irish Pub Steakhouse. And
You've heard of McGuire's
I've
before.
been to McGuire's in Pensacola.
It's known as having more bills on the walls than any restaurant in the country.
Now, Dad, I went to the Red Bar grand opening, the groundbreaking on Tuesday. Oliver, the owner, and everybody was out there. 300 people were there. And they're going to plan on opening Memorial Day, so they're actually finally starting to build the new Red Bar.
Well, good.
I bet, what is it, Louis? I bet has been packed.
Yeah, I know it has.
Yeah, Louis prices have gone up through the roof, too.
I would imagine.
I tell you, Red Bar is a great place to eat, no question about it.
You know, Mike, I read a story that said.
The Red Bar's actually catering our food. The Graton Beach Homeowners Association is having a party Friday night, and the Red Bar's doing the food and drinks.
Oh, boy, that'd be good.
I'll get to have it tomorrow night.
You had a big crowd last night. Y'all just kind of look for reasons to have parties, don't you?
He is a yuppie if there ever was one now, I tell you. He's having a great time.
I just became a wine rep down here working for Tobacco Wine. So anybody needs some Italian wine or California wine, just give me a call.
Cool.
Oh, boy.
I'll ask you a question about that on the break.
All right, Georgiana at Elba. Elba lost a heartbreaker. I'm saddened to see all the things that have happened to their program. Always a good program, though, Elba. Georgiana and Elba. I'll take Elba to win the game.
That's what winners are made of. I'm going with Elba, too.
How about you, Mike?
Yeah, I'll take Elba. I mean, they've lost 2 close games since Pate Harrison resigned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Elba at home.
Okay, here's a game that's going to be closer than people think, but am I correct? I could be wrong here. Is Luverne at Highland Home? They are at the Highland Home. Look out. Look out. The Flying Squadron against Luverne Tigers. Luverne trying to make it back to the championship game like they did last year. I can't go against them. I'm taking Luverne.
Yeah, I'm going to take Luverne also.
But that's going to be a good one.
Football.
Mike, look, while I'm there, where can I eat? Where's a good place to eat?
Oh, here we go. It don't matter.
Michael, all right, we're going to the game. Where do we eat after the game?
The It Don't Matter Cafe.
What? It doesn't matter? You mean there's a cafe named It Doesn't Matter? Mike, why are you getting smart with me over right here this morning? It's hard enough to get started, and you're getting smart with me. Tell me where a good place to eat is in Highland Home.
It don't matter.
It don't matter?
It doesn't matter.
Mike, where's a good place to eat in Highland Home?
I've never been there.
Mike, where's a good place to eat in Highland Home?
This is like who's on first.
It don't matter, Cafe.
Who's on first? Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking seriously about a name of a restaurant.
Highland Home's 5-1 and 4-0 in the region.
And Laverne's undefeated.
That's right.
Laverne almost fell to Goshen.
Goshen's got a fine football team.
Goshen had a kicker, I think. They probably would have.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's right. That's what did it.
Luverne is the friendliest city in the South, as we all know. But you know what might be its competitor? Wrightsville, Georgia, home of Herschel Walker. I watched a documentary on Herschel the other night, and their water tower says that Wrightsville is the friendliest city in America.
Let me put you on hold here a minute. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. How you doing?
Hey, Mike, Will Matthews.
Will Matthews. Will Matthews. Picks of the Week brought to you by Matthews Law Firm in Ozark, Alabama, and where they're busy. And, of course, Will Matthews been with that establishment. How many years now, Will?
63.
Will, Jim Jackson sitting right
63.
next to him. 63. That Matthews has been running that thing. We got a huge game this weekend. Charles Henderson of Troy traveling to Ozark to play the Ozark Eagles or the Carroll High Eagles from Matthews Stadium. And the game's going to be live on Troy Cablevision, Will. It's going to be live. So we can sit here. I can sit here in my den and watch the game.
Is Carroll good?
it should be an easy win for Troy.
Well, how did something happen to Carolina Vodark overnight? They had a great program.
Well, they're coming, but they're young. I mean, they're 9th and 10th graders.
When those guys get off the bus, going to Fort Ruck, when they get off the bus, who determines where they go to play high school football?
They can go anywhere they want to, and most of them go to Enterprise, although I think that trend's changing.
Well, Enterprise is on hard nose here. Jim Jackson always asks, when are you going to send in your picks? So go ahead.
Yeah, give me last week's sheet where I can check. Do we have that?
I don't know if I've got it or not. I should have it.
You got to guess.
All right, go ahead.
My number one.
No, we had a guess.
Yesterday, and I didn't get it on, but it was Appalachian State. I just felt like they were going to beat Louisiana.
Yeah. Speak through the mic now. Speak through your mic.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit better, though. I need a little bit better.
All right, how's that?
All right, I got to bring Mike Amos in here. Hold on a minute.
All right.
This won't be hard to do. Hold on a minute. Okay, Mike, you in here with us?
Yeah.
All right, how about you, Will?
I'm here, yeah.
All right, we're ready to go. Will Matthews, Picks of the Week, brought to you by the Matthews Law Firm. Go ahead.
All right. Tomorrow night, Virginia will beat Miami, and they're getting 2 points.
Virginia -2 over Miami.
No, they're plus
Plus 2. I'm sorry, plus 2.
They'll win the game. Yeah.
You mean Virginia's the underdog at Miami?
Virginia's the underdog at Miami.
Okay, go ahead.
I like Texas A&M plus 17 against Alabama.
A&M plus 17 against Alabama.
This is one you're probably not going to believe, but I like LSU minus 13.5 against Florida.
Well, I can see that.
I think they're going to beat Florida, and I think they'll name the score. But I like Texas plus 11 against Oklahoma.
Texas plus the 11.
I like that.
Over
Against
Jalen
Oklahoma.
Hurts.
Yeah, that's right, over Hurt.
Hurts so bad.
You're right.
I like the 11 points. One game I cannot figure out. Arizona State is a 1-point favorite over Washington State at home. And I think...
Arizona State's just lost one game, though. Isn't that right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Washington State's lost 2. But I got to think Arizona State is going to beat them. So I'm going with Arizona State in that game.
Arizona State minus the one against
At home. That's right.
Washington State. Okay.
And my last one is South Carolina plus 25 against Georgia. I like
South Carolina plus 25 against Georgia. I could see that. They're playing in at Georgia. Is that right? In Athens.
Right.
All right. So Will Matthews likes Virginia plus 2 against Miami. Texas A&M plus 17 against Alabama. LSU giving the 13.5 against Florida. Texas is he's taking 11 points against Oklahoma. Arizona -1 against Washington State, and he's taking South Carolina
Arizona
plus
State.
Washington State.
No, Arizona State's minus
Arizona State, yeah, Arizona State -1 against Washington State, and South Carolina plus the 25 against Georgia. All right, Will, do you feel good about it?
Yeah, I think, and I think Alabama's going to have trouble.
Why? Why do you think that?
I just have a bad feeling about this game. I think they will win, but I don't think it's going to be by more than 7 or 10 points.
Well, I tell you,
Kellen Mond, Texas A&M's quarterback better start playing better because he's been awful against everybody else. Yeah, well, he basically gave the game away against Clemson. They had a good chance to beat Clemson.
well, we'll see. If they can stand up front against Alabama, they'll have a chance. But
Alabama's had trouble against running quarterbacks, and Mon, when he wants to, can really run it.
But he hasn't run it much this year so far. He has the ability, but
and another thing too.
He ran for 100 yards against him last year. I was at the game. He ran up and down the field on broken plays.
I'll tell you something else too. Where has Alabama's running game been? I know they haven't needed it, but their running game has been way off. Don't you agree?
You talk about
You got to factor in some of those little slants and some of those quick passes, quick screens as part of their running game.
Okay, let's get going.
I want to see Alabama win the line of scrimmage on defense. That's what's missing off this Alabama team. They don't ever win the line of scrimmage on defense. You never see them stuff somebody at the line anymore.
Have they got
until
many?
Alabama gets LeBron Ray back, you ain't going to see it.
Have we got many back from injury?
Nope. Nobody.
Ray could be a really good player, but he's out until at least the LSU game, if not longer.
Mike.
Yeah, Will.
6 years ago, I saw the greatest college football game I've ever seen in my 63 years of watching college football, and it was in College Station. This weekend, six years ago, Alabama played Texas A&M. The temperature was 108 degrees, and it was probably 120 inside the stadium. I drank 6 bottles of water in the first half. It was horrible. Johnny Manziel threw for over 500 yards and ran for 100 yards, but Alabama won the game 49-42.
Yeah, Eddie Jackson had a punt return, an interception return.
Oh, yeah. A.J. McCarron was the quarterback. A.J. had a pretty good day.
Yep.
And they were coming off of upsetting Alabama the year before. Is that right?
That's right. Manziel threw an interception for a touchdown.
Yeah.
That was the difference.
Yeah. All right, well, you can play along with us if you want to. Will Matthews has joined us. So you're going to be at the Carroll High Ozark game this weekend?
I will be at the beach.
All right, sounds good, my friend. Charles Henderson at Ozark. Who do you like, Mike?
I'm going to take Ozark.
You are? Well, give me Charles Henderson in a big way here.
Yeah, I'm going to take Charles Henderson. Will says Ozark's struggling. I haven't seen anything on them so far, but I tell you what, Charles Henderson's got to do. They got to clean up some disciplinary.
They sure do.
They had another 3, 4, 5 unsportsmanlike, some personal fouls. They have got to get that cleaned up.
That's all they've been for the last 3 years.
They
always get personal fouls.
They're the discipline side. They have the athletes. The discipline side.
That's not a good
needs a little work.
Any program.
Also give me Highland home against Luverne at home.
You gonna take the Flying Squadron against Luverne? Oh man!
They beat them in the regular season last year.
All right, Michael Amos takes Highland home. They play down that hole now, and
they're playing for the Will Pouncey.
Yeah, and one time before I forget, where's a good place to eat over there, Mike?
Oh my goodness!
Who's on first?
It don't matter.
Who's on first?
If it don't matter, don't ever want to advertise with this show. They're out of their minds. We talk about them all the time.
Hey, it don't matter is where you want to eat.
Let me just tell you, it don't matter. Doesn't even come close to Sisters.
Oh, I know. No place comes close to Sisters.
That's true.
Okay, Jim, look, if you want to shoot, Jim, just me to be at Sisters around 11:30, 11 on Mondays.
12 o'clock.
We didn't mention this. How great was it to be a Braves fan yesterday? You're only down 10-0 after the first inning.
Did y'all see how that first inning ended?
Isn't that unreal?
You know, the Cards score 9 runs.
Yeah.
They got a runner on second with 2 outs.
Yeah.
2 strikes. They strike the batter out. The catcher misses the ball. It goes to the backstop. Batter runs to first. He can't get him in time. Trying to get up and throw the ball, he falls down. And the runner from second scores on a strikeout.
Oh, no. I tell you what, there are a lot of people upset about it.
The Dodgers got beat. I mean, the Dodgers had the best team in baseball. They're out. The Nationals beat the Dodgers.
What was the final score of the Braves game?
13-1.
You know, the thing about baseball is you play 162 games all these months, and then it ends like that. And you just,
what's the one thing that everybody had griped about all year with the Braves?
Bullpen.
Yeah, that's it.
And they solved that problem. They didn't have to worry about the bullpen yesterday.
Did Tampa Bay win, Mike? Are they still in it?
I mean, the shocker is the Dodgers are out. The Dodgers got beat by the Nationals.
Yeah, that is something.
Dodgers had the best team in baseball.
The Nationals have that great pitching staff, though, don't they?
Yeah, but I mean, they got rid of their best player. You know, Bryce Harper went to the Phillies, and shoot, they're better without him.
Yeah, they sure are. I like that, too.
I missed that Bryce Harper went from the Nationals.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't watch much
I
baseball.
don't either.
I still can't get over the most biggest injustice in the history of mankind is the quarterback from Minnesota gets $84 million up front. He is the highest paid football player in America. Can you believe that? Kirk Cousins makes before anything $84 million.
If I decide to turn pro, I want his agent.
I know it, and he's just a mediocre quarterback.
He was the quarterback that Alabama just destroyed in that
Michigan
ball game
State,
against Michigan State when Alabama just.
The reason I
lost
want to bring that up, that's what I was listening to coming over here this morning, and they were talking about all these high-paid players, and then they said, well, the biggest injustice of them all. He's just an average quarterback, but he got $84 million up front.
Wow.
You know, I mean, guaranteed whether or not he decided to not play or not, whatever. Okay, everybody likes.
I got Charles Henderson, the gym atop a hill.
I got Charles Henderson. This is a big win for Charles Henderson.
Michael's going to have a chance to make up 2.
Charles Henderson is doing pretty good in the area.
What is Carroll's record, or do you know?
2-2.
2-2.
They won the first 2, lost the next 2. They've had a couple of byes.
Kind of like Charles Henderson.
Well, Charles Henson's strength is their defensive and offensive front lines. I think they match up real good here. I'm taking Charles Henson.
You know
Hey, Mike, one of y'all was asking about the Tampa Bay and Houston series at 2-2.
Yeah.
You got Garrett Coles pitching tonight. He's 20-5, so he's probably the best pitcher in baseball.
What's his name? He's with
Garrett Coles.
Yeah, Coles.
Yeah, he's with Astros, and he's phenomenal.
Yeah. Well, it's still.
Ozark's actually 2-3. Okay.
Okay, all right. Let's take this game real quick. Brantley at Red Level. Brantley to win that. Everybody's got that.
I'm gonna tell you, I watched Brantley last week. They were the Friday night game, I think.
Yeah.
The quarterback,
grader.
everybody's talked about him. He's a 9th grader. He's a good-sized kid.
He's a good golfer too. I don't know.
But I'm gonna tell you something. I saw him throw about a 15, 18-yard out from the center of the field.
On a rope.
And when the guy turned around, it about hit him in the face, man.
Isn't that amazing?
And I thought, holy cow, this kid's got an arm.
And he's just a 9th
right
grader.
where it's
His name
supposed
is
to be.
Tucker Kilcrease.
And I watched a little bit more of it, and he's, if he in a small school like that, it's hard to find 5, 6 good kids. But if they could find him 2 or 3 good wide receivers for the next 3 years, I don't think anybody could beat him.
He is really, really good.
They say Bo Nix's little brother is really good too, and I think he's about 9th grade.
Yeah.
9th grade.
And it's good to be able to keep up with all those guys.
Troy's already offered Bo Nix's brother.
Have they?
Yeah.
Is he in 8th grade or 9th grade?
I think he was 9th grade.
Looks like they'll have somebody. Let me just tell you this. Y'all, I hate to do this, but I'm going to do it. I was listening to a talk show yesterday on my radio, and the number 1 rated worst quarterback in college football is who?
Worst rated?
The worst rated quarterback.
Whatever they call it.
It's Kentucky's quarterback. Sorry.
That's right. Sawyer, the transfer from Troy, is considered the worst quarterback in the country.
Oh man, he looked pretty good in his first game.
Mike, did you see the same thing or hear the same thing?
Well, I just knew his numbers were so bad.
Yeah, he was rated. He was the.
Last game he was like 11 for 37. His QBR was like 6.5 or something.
Wow.
And was rated the worst quarterback in college football. And I know that's crazy.
If that's the case,
He was a backup quarterback, though. He was a backup at Troy, and he was a backup at Kentucky. He shouldn't be playing.
And of course, there's still question mark on whether or not.
He hasn't been playing hurt though in his defense.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, it's still a question mark on where Troy's quarterback will be able to play next Wednesday against, this coming Wednesday against South Alabama. Pike County continues to win. I feel like they're going to be challenged a little bit here by Slocum, but I'm going to take Pike County.
I like Pike County.
Pike County.
How about you, Mike? Pike County? All right, Jim Jackson, your favorite team, Pike Liberal Arts versus is at Fort Dale.
I like Pike Live in this game.
I do too, and my good friends, and I like Pike Liberal. It's a big rival game, and I'm going to take Pike Liberal. Who do you like, Mike?
I'll take Pike Liberal. I think Davis Allen had a huge game last week. I think he had kickoff return and interception return for a touchdown.
He's a good player. I think he could play somewhere. I really do, because he can run. He's got great hands, and I don't know if he can at the major college, but he can play somewhere. I guarantee you.
Didn't Greenville used to have? Didn't Greenville used to have 2 AISA schools?
Yeah, they did.
Do they still have it? Just Fort Dale?
They had Greenville. In fact, let me tell you this: when they first started years ago, they had Greenville Academy, Fort Dale, and then they had a school in Georgiana.
Really?
So Butler County had 3. No, they had 4 because they had Fort Deposit Academy too. They had 4 at one time.
That's good trivia.
But the one that's still available and still going strong is Fort Dale. A lot of your buddies send their kids there.
Yeah.
Your golfing buddies.
Oh, yeah. But I still like Pike living this game.
Will's brother Warren lives in Greenville. I wonder where his kids go to school.
Will
His son's playing football for Sewanee.
Oh, does he?
Sophomore, and he's 6'3", 320.
Oh man, his son plays for Swanee.
Yeah, he plays nose tackle, and
That's a pretty big kid.
he's very good.
Okay, let's continue. Providence, once undefeated, they were beaten soundly by Pike County. I took Providence. I ought to crawl in a hole. Pike County's beating everybody. This is going to be a good one. They're playing at Op, Providence at Op. Hey, they hadn't played those country boys yet. I'm going to take the Op Bobcats to beat Providence.
I'm taking the Rattlesnakes, too.
Who do you like, Mike?
Anybody know Op's record?
It's 50-50, I think.
I'll take Providence.
All right, Mike. Hey, all right, okay. You
And
take
when did
Providence.
Elba came back and beat Op? Wasn't that right? 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, they did. I think.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, I'm on take Providence.
All right, Mike takes Providence.
It might be Providence that y'all take Providence.
Kenny Keys, former Charles Tennessee player, the coach
It's
there.
possible, but they're saying Ops only played 3 games.
Yeah, that is unreal. Of course, they've got a real good quarterback. Calhoun and...
Actually, I was looking at it wrong. They're 3-3.
Okay.
Coach Mike Hogan watches the show most mornings, and one of his co-coaches on that state championship team was a great man named Rick Moody.
I remember Rick Moody.
From Op.
That's right. Remember him well. Calhoun at Goshen. Goshen should handle that pretty easy. Everybody's got Goshen.
I would think.
And my team of the week, ladies and gentlemen, Central of Hayneville. Did you know they beat Sampson? Central of Hayneville, yeah. And I'm going to take Zion Chapel, though, to beat Central of Hayneville. Who do y'all like?
Well, after that story,
Where's the game being played?
At Zion Chapel.
Man, I don't know what to pick there, because, Sampson's Zion Chapel.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
But on a given day.
Give me Central Hayneville.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Central Hayneville.
All right, all these folks taking Central of Hayneville. You can't.
If they got a coach, I know they got the athletes.
No question about it. If they were playing basketball, I'd pick them against any of these teams.
You've got it written down.
But, ladies and gentlemen, remember this. You cannot measure the size of a young man's heart. And I like Zion Chapel. And
We're 45 minutes in. We hadn't even started college.
Yeah, we've done 9 high school games and got 27 college to go. We got to book it.
We're telling some good little side stories.
Yeah, we're having fun. We're having a lot of fun right here on our show, brought to you by Bill Jackson, Chevrolet, and Ford.
Nominated for some position again, Will. What'd you get nominated for?
Oh, I'm running for delegate to the Republican convention again. I've been to the last 3.
Oh gosh, Will.
You gotta win statewide, so I've got to put out some emails probably.
Well, your name stands out pretty good because they voted you in last time.
Lines here.
Okay, we're going to take a short break. This show is brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass in Troy, where we're dealing with some of the great deals you'll find anywhere on a Ford car or truck or a Chevrolet car or truck. We'll be back.
Thank God my
Go get it.
Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill
This is
Jackson
my,
Ford. Right now, take up to
Bill
$6,000 off MSRP on new 2019 Ford F-150. Plus, get 0% APR for 72 months. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
Are you ready?
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, after 30 days of employment, that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right, we match it up to 4%. That's gross pay, 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a Buck Division truck for Wiley Sanders Truck Line, be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week, every weekend. Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford, and folks, we have the deal for you. Take up to $6,000 off MSRP and get 0% APR for 72 months for huge savings on a new 2019 Ford F-150. Select new 2019 Ford Mustang starting at an incredibly low $23,900, or drive home a select new 2019 Ford Escape starting at just $18,900. Bill Jackson is the name you've trusted for over 30 years. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
Jackson Ford now.
I don't know. We're back.
Is he still at home?
He is.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Back to our show brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass right here in
I know
Troy.
how to pick this first one.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
if
get
anybody
going.
misses this first game, that's going to be an issue.
All right, Mike, you say Appalachian State is the real deal. They must be real good on defense to have held Lafayette to just 7 points.
You gonna take Lafayette, Michael?
Was it raining?
No.
Yeah, I mean, Lafayette, had a huge sellout crowd. I mean, Appalachian State's just good on defense, offense. I mean, Lafayette had put 28 on Mississippi State and only got beat 38-28. I mean, and we're 4-1 going into the game. They had a really good team.
App State beat North Carolina at North Carolina.
Okay, let's get started. Syracuse plays North Carolina State tonight. Is that right?
That's correct.
And not much to it, I don't think, on either side. North Carolina.
NC State's 3-2. Syracuse is 3-2.
This one's going to be tough.
North Carolina State's a 4.5-point favorite, so it should be a good game.
I'm going to take North Carolina State because they're playing at home.
I'll do the same thing.
I'm taking North Carolina State because I really like Jim Valvano.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I like North Carolina State.
All right, everybody takes North Carolina State. Miami versus Virginia, and boy, this is a hard team
And
to
this
figure.
is a stranger. Miami's a 2-point favorite at home and got walloped by Virginia Tech last week
Yeah,
as
they
a
did.
favorite.
They came back and tied at 35-35, and then Virginia Tech scored a touchdown and won 42-35.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
didn't
they
know
just
that.
went, and Miami threw an interception in the end zone at the end of the game, I think.
Well, what
They got
happened
it
to
knocked
Virginia?
down.
They were cruising along pretty good. Are they still in the top 25?
Well, they got beat by Notre Dame. That's the only team that we got beat by.
Well, gosh, I'm gonna take Virginia.
I'm going to take Miami the way that conference is gone.
Who do you want, Mike?
I'll take Virginia, too.
All right, the yuppie capital of the world,
I'm going to take Virginia because I can vividly recall when Ralph Sampson was the big star of college basketball at Virginia.
You know we're talking about football.
I'm just I'm going with the top reason that pops in my mind.
He's Bill Rice Jr., and of course, Bill grew up.
Mandy Diaz is 2-3, and Chip Lindsey's 2-3. This is shocking.
Bill Jackson at the far end is the grew up here in Troy, the son of a former Alabama great Bill Rice Sr., and of course was in the newspaper business. Been a loyal Trojan for a long time, and and helped us out here a lot. We appreciate him. Of course, Jim Jackson, the owner of Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass right here in Troy, where they're dealing. Colorado and Oregon here. Everybody likes Oregon, is that right?
Yes. Well, they didn't look good against Cal. They struggled tremendously in that game, but Cal's got a pretty good defense. Colorado lost last week in a close one to Arizona. Mel Tucker's done a really good job there, though. I'll take Oregon, though. They're 21-point favorite.
They're playing at home, too. That had a lot to do with it, too.
Yeah, Oregon was down early, but they came back late, and they looked pretty good the fourth quarter.
I think players for both of these schools can legally smoke marijuana.
But can you pass the NCAA test?
Oh, you still got an NCAA test?
Oh, you still got an NCAA drug test, don't you? I mean, just because you live in that state doesn't mean you're exempt from...
That's an interesting legal case there, isn't it?
All right, let's get going.
I'm probably sure they get a heads up when they're going to give that test.
Yeah,
I would think.
Oklahoma versus Texas in the Red River Shootout from Dallas, Texas. This is games played in the old Cotton Bowl. Is that right, Jim?
It is at the State Fair.
At the State Fair, but give me the man that rules all. Hurt. You will run in, out, and over Texas.
We need to get Jalen Hurts to do a 8x10 autograph picture to put on your desk on the set.
I should. That's right. Hurt is the man of all men. He can listen. If they want to put boxing gloves on, I believe he could. He looks like a. What boxer did he favor to y'all?
Tommy Hearns.
No, not even close.
I'm not a boxing fan, so.
You're not.
The real deal Holyfield?
The real deal Holyfield. That's who he looks like to me. Yeah. Okay, everybody take over.
Oklahoma, with Lincoln Riley, of course, a lot of people have been saying on the shows I've been listening to, he might want to make the jump to the NFL, and that the Cowboys, he would be the number one choice to be the Dallas Cowboys head coach if they got rid of Jason Garrett.
Well, they're going to get rid of him.
To see what happens there.
He's been mentioned for the Washington job.
Yeah. He's going to get a big job somewhere, no question about it. Okay, Oklahoma, Texas.
I think Texas will be under that number, though.
All right, is everybody going to take Oklahoma?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Texas didn't win this game. I'm taking Oklahoma, but I think it's going to be a good, close football game.
All right, so...
hey, how about Fox 11 o'clock games? Boy, I love those.
What are they?
Fox has really changed football this season, having really good games at 11 o'clock.
Is that what time they play?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that's the State Fair.
And I think that's actually usually an early game, isn't it? Because of the fair?
That's right.
I think it is.
I think so.
I think it's always been an 11 o'clock game.
Here's a good one coming up. Rice, did you like Oklahoma? Everybody like Oklahoma?
Jalen, man, yeah.
Yes, sir. Jalen Hurts. Memphis at Temple, and this should be a good game. Both of them are those mid-level programs. Who do you like here, Mike?
Memphis is 5-0, and Temple's, had some big wins. I know they beat Maryland at home and beat Georgia Tech. I like Memphis, though. I think they'll outscore Temple. I'll take Memphis.
Oh, I'm going to take Memphis, too, but Temple's good. They're very good. Who do you like, Jim?
I'm going to take Memphis.
Bill Rice, who do you like?
Tough game to pick.
Memphis is the home of Sun Records, which signed Elvis Presley and Johnny Cash back-to-back, so I'm for Memphis.
I tell you what, why don't we get on your motorcycle one day and ride up there, or get in my car and let's ride up there and sit and turn around and come home.
Graceland?
Yeah, since they built that interstate, it's not much of a drive.
22 corridor.
That's right. The Memphis anymore used to be a tough drive.
It's under 3 hours from Birmingham.
Yeah. Okay, here's a big one. Nebraska at Minneapolis and Minnesota. I like the coach in Minnesota. I like the team in Minnesota. I'm going to take Minnesota to beat the red-clad Nebraska Cornhuskers.
He's cheating off my sheet, Michael.
Yeah, look here. He's hiding it. He's hiding it.
I like Minnesota.
Move your arm so I can see.
Will, for those that were interested, Will won the under 47.5 in the Auburn game last week. He lost the Auburn -3.5. He lost Duke -4. He lost Tennessee plus 25. He won North Carolina -10. He lost Nebraska -8. And he won UAB plus 8.5 and went 3-4.
Yeah, 3 and 4. Will Matthews.
It's like the Bear on game day. You know, you have good weeks. The Bear started off terrible this year, but lately he's been nailing all of them.
Mike's a big Bear fan, aren't you, Mike?
Well, I mean, he does pick a few games you wouldn't expect, and he wins them. He had Tulsa playing SMU really close.
And Tulsa led at one time.
I'll take Minnesota as well.
Yeah, Tulsa led by 21 points going into the fourth quarter and lost.
All right, everybody taking Minnesota?
No, I got Nebraska's finally going to live up to expectations.
And Minnesota.
Yeah.
Rice.
I got a different from Jim somewhere.
Had Minnesota beat. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's let Bill do Georgia Tech at Duke first. You may think Georgia Tech's coming too.
Yeah.
I did pick Pitt over Duke last week, so I nailed that. Georgia Tech's got to be one of the worst Division I teams around, so I'm going with Duke.
I like Duke big here.
I'm taking Duke too. They're coming off a loss.
I'll take Duke.
Duke almost came back and won that game. They fell way behind, and they went ahead with 1 minute left in the game. And
a lot of people
Pitt
think
didn't come back and score in the last minute.
A lot of people think they're the best coached football team in America. Duke. A lot of people think he's the best coach in America.
A lot of that also goes into having some of the smartest players in America that learn your schemes a little quicker than some of the others do.
Alabama needs Duke to be as impressive as possible to help their schedule strength.
And they have been until last week.
And why he turned down the Tennessee job, you know he was offered the Tennessee job and he turned it down, and the coach at Duke. Okay, everybody takes Duke over Tech. Here's another one you got to shoot in here. Maryland at Purdue, Mike.
Boy, how helter-skelter has Maryland been?
That's well put right there, Jim.
Yeah, I'll take Maryland. Purdue, every time I pick them, I lose, so I'm just going to go with Maryland.
Well, you know one thing about it, can they do it on the road? They're usually a home team guy.
But they beat the slop out of Rutgers on the road last week.
Rutgers is real bad.
Yeah,
Rutgers might be the worst team.
They are the worst team.
Maryland won 79-0, of course, against Howard. They beat Syracuse 63-20.
Yeah.
Then they turn around and lose to Temple 20-17. They lose to Penn State, who's probably the best team they played, 59-0.
Oh boy.
And then they turn around and beat Rutgers 48-7. So the only close game they played was against Temple.
Yeah.
They're like a box of chocolates.
I'm on. Guys,
I'm gonna take Maryland.
I am too. I'm going to take Maryland, too.
Well, I knew after I did, you would.
Maryland's
trying to win this thing.
I think Jeff Brom's going to regret the day he didn't leave Purdue and go to Louisville.
I would
win Louisville.
I would agree.
Maryland's like a box of chocolates.
Easier conference.
Yeah, that's right. Maryland just
you don't never know what you'll get. All right, I'm going to take.
I mean, Purdue is 1-4 now.
I got games I got to make up over Jim, so I got to differ with him from time to time. This is a good one. Purdue.
Another team that is you don't know which one's gonna be the chocolate that you want. Iowa State at West Virginia. I'm gonna take Iowa State to beat Coach and at West Virginia. I'm gonna take Iowa State, one of the hottest teams in football right now. Who do y'all like?
I like Iowa State. You know, West Virginia had a huge game last weekend. Yeah. They were outmanned, but I think they, kind of put all their marbles in that basket. Now they got to have a little bit of a letdown this coming up.
Iowa State beat the slop out of Oklahoma State, who I thought was pretty good.
Yes, they did.
All right, does everybody take Iowa State?
Iowa State blew out TCU last weekend. Iowa State's only 2 losses, or 2 points to Baylor and 1 point to Iowa.
And what about Baylor?
Yeah, West Virginia, though, I mean, Coach Brown's doing a great job, but just like that, I talked about a few weeks ago, their schedule is brutal. I don't know how they, I mean, at best, I think they'd probably go 5-7. I'll take Iowa State, but I think West Virginia will cover.
Are there a lot of players sitting out at West Virginia that transferred in?
I bet.
No, well, he had 10 guys leave the program, too.
Yeah, I knew a bunch of them left.
Yeah.
But did he have a bunch come in that are having to sit out this year?
I know the Oklahoma quarterback, Kendall came in, but I don't know who had to sit out.
Well, I just didn't know if anybody.
But was he eligible? Is Kendall playing?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's their starter.
Is he pretty good?
Yeah, he's not bad. He's getting better.
Yeah.
I like Iowa State.
All right.
I mean, they put 32 points on Texas or 31 and played Texas tough. I mean, they're not bad.
Yeah. Y'all talking about all these transfers? It's what Coach Saban dubbed the free agency. It's coming. It's already here in college football. These players moving out of schools and 2 new schools. And I think when you have this California legislation go national and boosters and agents can get involved.
You can ruin college football.
You got your good players at your smaller schools that can go to a bigger school, and they're going to be able to make a little extra money because of that. You're going to see it even more.
Washington State at Arizona State. Who do y'all like here?
I like Washington State in this game. I like the crazy coach over the motivational coach.
Arizona State's off to their best start, Mike. They've had in, 20, 30 years?
Crazy.
Yeah, I watched them beat Cal when Cal was ranked number 15, and Arizona State's got a freshman quarterback that can really run and throw and have a really good running game. I'm going to take Arizona State.
I'm going to take Arizona State. Jim took Washington State, Mike.
I'm going to take Washington State.
He said that coach at Washington State will say anything. Do you hear him badmouth his players' effort the other day?
He called them fat, dumb, and slow.
Tell y'all, if y'all haven't watched it, he goes through the, what do they call it, Pac-12 or whatever it is now, and describes all the mascots. And that is one of the funniest things I have seen. He talks about a duck. A duck's not real threatening. Cougar. A cougar will jump on you now. I mean, he just goes through the whole conference. I think it's when he gets to the maybe the Trojans. He said, "No, when you go up against the Trojan," he said, "You got a problem."
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was hilarious.
What about a yellow jacket? I hate a yellow jacket.
Arizona State. Everybody takes Arizona State, except Jim takes Washington State.
I take the Pirate, Washington State.
All right, Missouri versus. Are they playing at Ole Miss? Or wait a minute.
No, this is Missouri's 5th straight home game.
Yeah, 5th straight home game. It's a good environment. I was there last weekend, and they have a big, beautiful stadium. Playing Ole Miss. Is the quarterback at Missouri well, Mike?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Kelly Bryant is going to play, but they lost their All-American linebacker who had 2 interceptions against Troy.
Boy, he was good, too. He was really good. Red-headed guy.
Yeah, he was a really good player. I tell you, Mississippi's coming along. They're playing pretty good ball, but I think Missouri will win the game, but I would not be surprised if this is a close one.
This is big.
I think it'll be a high-scoring game.
Missouri at home, and they're real physical. And be honest with you, Troy's the first team to score on them in the first quarter all year long. Did you know that?
No.
I'm surprised Wyoming didn't score on them in the first quarter. They beat them 37 to 31.
Yeah, that's right. But, Mike, were you real pleased? Were you real excited when Troy drove down that field in 13 plays and scored? And was you real excited?
Well, I was excited for the start. I was more excited for you that, maybe you had some kind of excitement after making that huge, long trip out there.
Yeah, I was sitting on the 50-yard line, but just 5 rows high.
Before you blinked an eye, they're down 42-7.
Yeah, we couldn't tackle very well. I don't know what the problem was. Okay, I'm gonna take Missouri.
I am too, but Ole Miss is getting better, and they are one of 4 teams in the SEC that is playing a pure freshman quarterback.
Yeah. Who is this quarterback, Mike, at Ole Miss that everybody's talking about?
Got him Plumlee. Apparently,
played baseball,
he had an offer from Georgia, but he just wanted to play baseball and football at Ole Miss. So he's an athletic kid. Anybody saw him against Alabama, he can run.
Yeah.
Okay.
This kind of quarterback Rich Rodriguez likes. He likes a Pat White kind of guy.
Real fast.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody take Missouri?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Mississippi State at Tennessee. Here it comes. Ding, 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 ding. Tennessee balls. Oh, Rocky Top, you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee.
You're going to take Tennessee?
I'm going to take the Tennessee balls to finally win one. Who do you like, Mike?
I was watching something yesterday.
Now,
there's a local radio station personality in Knoxville that's on top of a building off the interstate until Tennessee wins.
Oh, no.
Camping on top of the building, and there's signs and everything. And apparently
you better go ahead and have somebody bring him some winter clothes.
Take pictures of him and stuff. But
somebody told me the Georgia game was a lot closer than the score indicated. How many times did you heard that?
It was 14-10 in the second quarter with about 5 minutes left.
Tennessee leading.
Yeah, Tennessee leading. I'll take Mississippi State to win, but I think this is going to be a really close game. I take Tennessee in the points.
All right, okay. You want to take, all right.
Yeah, I like Mississippi State to win the game.
Wait, Mississippi State has a freshman quarterback now, don't they?
Yeah, he's real fast. Kid.
So that I was wrong. There are 5 starting quarterbacks right now in the SEC that are freshmen, including Tennessee. That's
pure freshman. Is that right?
Tennessee.
Stevens might play, though, is what he says. It says Stevens is probable.
Yeah.
I like the freshmen, though.
Okay, let's move quickly now. We're going to take.
No, we got time. We got 30 minutes.
Okay, I tell you what.
We're getting there.
Okay, well, take a couple of extras and then we'll go on break. South Carolina at Georgia.
Easy pick.
South Carolina's a 25-point underdog.
Georgia big.
Georgia's starting to really look good. No question about it. I'll take Georgia.
Yeah, Georgia definitely is going to win that.
Georgia, but South Carolina's freshman quarterback is going to be a really good one, I think.
I think he is too.
Yeah, he is going to be a good one. Arkansas at Kentucky. I've got another one. Ding, 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 ding. Ladies and gentlemen, I am taking, Mike, the expert, is taking Arkansas to win the football game against Kentucky.
You know what? I'm going to stun the world here in L.A. and agree with the great Mark Amos. Arkansas.
Y'all have lost your mind.
Arkansas impressed me against Texas A&M.
I know it, yeah. And they need one badly.
I'm going to take
I
Kentucky.
think they found their quarterback.
Yeah, I think they finally settled on one. I'm going to take Kentucky at home.
Who are they using, the former A&M guy? Or
The SMU guy, Hicks, who's the all-time leading passer in SMU history.
Oh, boy.
It was a strange situation. You had the Texas A&M quarterback Starkville transfer and Hicks transfer because that's where he played for Chad Morris at SMU.
So Hicks had played regularly for SMU?
He was all-time leading passer.
Why did he leave?
Well, I mean, he wanted to go play for his old coach.
Oh, gosh.
Free agency.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He left, didn't he?
I will take Kentucky just because I feel like Kentucky, it's just got more athletes. This is going to be another really close game.
What's the line
the worst-rated quarterback in college football is on
6.5.
I don't think this is going. I think Arkansas wins the game.
They're both 2 and 3.
Yeah.
If Arkansas does win, it's going to give them a lot of confidence with Auburn coming to town the next weekend.
That's right.
Arkansas is one of these bad teams that also finds ways to lose games.
Well, and I tell you what, if anybody over the years, over the last 10, 12, 15 years, had been tough against Auburn, Arkansas has. They have always played them tough.
Let me ask y'all a question if we got time. Mike especially. You think Arkansas made a good move leaving the Southwest Conference and coming to the SEC? They really have not done anything.
That's right. And, of course, that was Texas, Arkansas.
They were a powerhouse
in
their previous conference.
That's right. Okay.
And they used to be really good in basketball, but what they're great at now is baseball. They have a baseball team that goes to the College World Series every year.
And they're real good in track and field, too.
They're dominant in track and field.
But they get all these international.
They're a
you got 2 Troy fans in Arkansas. You got Gary Guthrie and you got Steve Garrett.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Suey Pig. Okay, let's take one more. Texas Tech at Baylor. Baylor, the Bears are undefeated. You know who went to Baylor, don't you?
Matt Gibson.
That's right, son. You win that. You don't win you win a cup of coffee.
That's good.
Too bad I don't drink coffee.
I don't either. I like Baylor.
Wait a minute. You in the car business and you don't smoke or drink coffee?
I smoked for 20 years. Quit a long time ago. But I've never drank coffee.
Wait a minute. You lived in the foothills of the Appalachian. Chihar Mountain. You lived in the foothills, Mike. Did you ever go up there much?
We go up there occasionally.
You know, I had a friend of mine that went up there one time and got snowed in. He said he called my office and said, "Hey, I won't be here because I'm not about to go down this icy hill." And people, that happens a lot.
That'll happen.
Is that snake handling territory up there?
No, that's Sand Mountain.
That's Sand Mountain.
That's right. I'm going to take Baylor to continue to win.
Yeah, I like Baylor.
Even though now Texas Tech was very impressive last week in their big win.
They were. Yeah, they beat Oklahoma State. We have next door neighbors to us in Grayton that moved down from Tulsa, and they're huge Oklahoma State fans, and they were very disappointed in that loss. I'm going to take Baylor.
Let me ask you, did Texas Tech must have got a quarterback back because they looked awful against Oklahoma. That's why I picked against them last week, and then they just rolled up and down the field last week.
And they got a really good young coach. His name's Matt Wells. He was the coach at Utah State, and Utah State was really good when he was there.
I want to tell you another thing out there. If you're watching this morning, Neil Brown coached what many people think the best football quarterback in America today, and Neil Brown coached him at Texas Tech. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. That's good.
Yeah, the coach, the starting quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs played for Texas Tech.
Mahomes?
And Neil Brown coached him. Is that right, Mike?
I thought Cliff Kingsbury coached Mahomes.
Well, check that out because I thought Neil Brown did maybe at least 1 year.
Neil Brown, they might have, Tuberville and Neil Brown, that might have recruited him. I'm not sure. I'll have to look and see. But Kingsbury was his coach all through college, and that got Kingsbury the Arizona job in the NFL.
Time for a coffee break. We'll be back.
Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford. Right now, take up to $6,000 off MSRP on the 2019 Ford F-150. Plus, get 0% APR for 72 months. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
Are you ready?
Yeah, see, Neil wanted to coach Mahomes because Mahomes is, I think it's only his second year in the pros, or third year. Neil was at Troy for 4 years. That would have been 6 years. I don't think Neil coached Mahomes.
Maybe his freshman year.
Tuberville's on the campaign trail. Maybe you could ask Tuberville.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa Know-How. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa Know-How team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
Did you know
He's on to something there, though.
After 30 days of employment that you can join our 401k retirement plan? That's right. We match it up to 4%. That's gross pay. 4% after 30 days of employment. Drive a for Wiley Sanders Truck Line. Be home twice a week and every weekend. You know, if these wheels roll at Wiley Sanders Truck Line, you make money. Home twice a week. Every weekend, Wiley Sanders Truck Line, $1,000 sign-on bonus. Come drive for the best today.
Wiley Sanders Truck Line.
Ford Truck Month is going on now at Bill Jackson Ford, and folks, we have the deal for you. Take up to $6,000 off MSRP and get 0% APR for 72 months for huge savings on a new 2019 Ford F-150. Select new 2019 Ford Mustang starting at an incredibly low $23,900, or drive home a select new 2019 Ford Escape starting at just $18,900. Bill Jackson is the name you've trusted for over 30 years. Check us out on Highway 231 in Troy or online at BillJacksonFord.com.
BillJackson.com. You can go to that website.
Bill Jackson
Auto and order any vehicle from anybody in the world. Is that right?
Go to BillJacksonAuto.com or BillJacksonFord.com.
And you can order a vehicle, but you go through Bill Jackson to do it, though, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get going. Cincinnati, who beat Central Florida, and Central Florida now is out of the picture. Cincinnati's playing, I want to say, at Cincinnati now. Am I right?
Cincinnati's at Houston.
All right, at Houston. This one right here is going to be a hard one to pick.
Yeah. I like Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati's only loss is to Ohio State. I'll take Cincinnati.
That is a pretty good little statement there. I'll take Cincinnati, too, since you brought that to my attention.
Well, Houston had their starting quarterback and their starting wide receiver decide that they were going to play 4 games in redshirt, and then Houston went out and destroyed North Texas. So Houston got motivated, and then they had an off week. So it's going to be an interesting game, but I think I'll still take Cincinnati.
Let me tell you this. You're talking about something that's going to ruin college football if they continue to do that.
I agree, Mike.
I mean, right in the middle of the year to say, well, I think I'll quit, Coach. I'm not going to go back out there. I'm going to take my red shirt and go to Vanderbilt next year. But I mean, that's exactly what they're saying.
You might see him in Oklahoma next year.
I know, but that's exactly what they're saying, you know, and it's getting to be a market. It's like a meat market out there,
it's going to turn off fans. I agree with you, Mike. I'm writing a story about it right now.
Yeah, but this is being able to.
I mean, what about your teammates? You're quitting your teammates as well.
Exactly. That's exactly what you're doing.
Everybody.
That's exactly what you're doing. They go from one of the top quarterbacks in the country to an average quarterback.
You know where it's even worse is college basketball. I cannot even keep up with who's on Alabama's roster. There's so many transfers in and out.
Next Monday, there's a big thing going on next Monday at the Trojan Arena as they meet the Trojan basketball team. That's some great food, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I wonder how many transfers they have.
I want to mention also a lot of people don't realize this. This might be one of the hidden secrets to Troy, Alabama. First of all, one of the hidden secrets is we're the home of the National Bandmasters Hall of Fame. The next thing that we are huge at that nobody talks about happens in Henderson, Alabama every year. Tell us about that, Rice.
Well, so the Bluegrass Festival has been going on my whole life and brings in people from all over.
Did you know that, Bill?
I've written stories about it. It's awesome. And
I tell you what, it's free, and you can go to Henderson, Alabama, starting tonight.
You know, I love that.
And go to that, and hear some of the best bluegrass music you've ever heard.
Have y'all been watching the documentary on country music on PBS that Ken Burns?
Oh, yeah, real good.
And it gets into some of the bluegrass music, too.
And Rex Locklear, of course, that's Wiley's brother, Rex. He's the one that started it all, and he's going to be honored this week in Henderson, Alabama.
Cool.
Well, by the way, I'm going
with... In fact, through the woods, y'all really neighbors, aren't you?
Pretty close.
Getting back to the picks, I need to pick an upset. Houston, I think Cincinnati will have a letdown after their big win over Central Florida.
They could. They may play that Houston. You know, I'm going to do the same thing.
Are y'all getting some cold weather in Troy? What are the mornings like now?
It was cooler.
It felt good this morning, Michael. But over the next 7 days, let's see.
It has not rained and grading in 37 days.
We've got a chance of rain Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Mike,
today it's supposed to be 87. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 87. Then it starts cooling off. 83, 83, 84, 80, and 70 is the middle of next week.
What's going to be the temperature of the Alabama-Texas A&M game at 2:30? I wonder.
I don't know.
College Station, let's see.
Houston, I'm going to go ahead and change my vote to Houston. I'm going to take Houston to beat them since they're playing at home. I'm going to take Houston.
Well, that's what winners are made of, Mike.
But you know what, though? Then I think back that the quarterback's not going to play. Has Houston got a pretty good quarterback, Mike?
I probably did.
I mean, their backups, one of their backups, Holgerson's son.
Oh, it is? How does he know all this stuff?
Partly cloudy and 71 degrees with no rain Saturday in College Station.
That's going to be a perfect day. Perfect day.
Oh, the players got to
Did y'all see the kickoff to Michigan, Iowa the other day? It was 51 degrees.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing? Michigan State at Wisconsin, and Wisconsin looks like they're going to go all the way until they play Ohio State. I'm going to take Whiskey.
Yeah, I like Wisconsin in this game.
Whiskey looks mighty good so far.
How about you, Mike? Who do you like?
Yeah, I'll take Wisconsin. Michigan State, I thought they'd play Ohio State a little better than that. They got to beat 34 to 10.
Fresh coffee. And our guy from Oregon brings it in, Mike. All he wants me to say is, are you going to say anything about what's the great superstar?
Fontaine.
Prefontaine.
He was going to ask me when were we going to start talking about the legendary Prefontaine.
Anytime is good for me.
So, track is that big.
Let's talk about Nike. Isn't Nike kind of big in Oregon?
Yeah, they're located in Beaverton, Oregon, right outside of Portland.
I wonder if Prefontaine.
Adidas is out of Oregon as well.
I was wondering if Prefontaine, before he died, had stock in that company.
People, are y'all getting all the stuff you're learning on this show? Did you hear what little Mike just threw out? Adidas is also based in Oregon.
Yeah.
The reason I know that is I used to sell both of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, Florida and LSU, and I said it once or twice earlier this week. LSU and Alabama is building up to be one of the biggest games, regular season games in college football in the last 25 or 30 years.
Well,
I really
since
believe.
2011. 2011 was considered the game of the century.
I really believe some
it fell
people,
down.
for your LSU tickets, and we let all our Alabama tickets go, but I would think this is going to be the hardest ticket sale maybe in the University of Alabama history.
I did have one of my buddies that sold his the other day for $650 a ticket.
And you can get that. Did you
And
know
I think
that,
regular's $150, $140, something like that.
And we
Yeah,
had
I got 800 for two during the game of the century. I ended up having seats on the 50-yard line, so I was able to get rid of mine. But 600, where were the seats? They had to be really good seats.
$650 a ticket. He's on like the 30th row on the east side. But you got to assume CBS and ESPN will work something out, and it'll be a night game.
But now let me tell
But
you.
there's nobody else playing that day. We looked at the schedule. There are no other good games that
Isn't
day.
that
So
amazing?
I don't know who they'll pick up at 2:30.
Let me just say this.
But they're on about the 40-yard line.
And you're going to probably have to spend the night at your tailgate area to get in there. But this game is so big for LSU. If LSU gets beat, all of that goes away. But if LSU wins and they run the table till they reach Alabama,
And then Alabama
it's
has
going
to
to
beat
be the
Texas A&M.
biggest college football regular season game maybe in 30 or 40 years, maybe even longer. This might be one of the best regular season college football games in the history of college football.
If they keep winning, it'll definitely be a top 4 matchup.
They got to play Auburn, too.
Yeah, well, LSU got to play Auburn. Alabama's got to play
Ladies and gentlemen,
A&M.
when I say this, you're going to say, Mike, you're off base, way off base. The tickets might go for $1,000.
And you know what?
They might be $1,000 tickets here.
The last game of the century was a defensive slugfest with two of the greater defenses in college football.
And a bunch of missed field goals.
This year, it's going to be a battle of two of the Heisman Trophy candidate quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So we ain't going to have a 9-6 game this time.
All right,
We're still a month
though,
away. I like LSU in this game playing against Florida.
Quickly against Florida, and if Florida wins, Florida boy, they move already to the top 10, and
They take a
maybe
huge
better.
jump.
They sure will.
But LSU, extremely talented on defense, and I think they'll be able to expose the freshman quarterback.
He's not a freshman.
But LSU got to play Auburn, too.
He might as well be.
But
He hadn't played in, 8 years?
Does LSU play Auburn
story,
before Alabama plays LSU?
LSU, Auburn travels to LSU.
Yes,
Mike,
that may be next week, actually.
Mike,
I'm not sure.
we gave away a heck of an investment, no question.
Well,
everybody gonna take.
I moved 4.5 hours away. It's a little bit different when you have a 45-minute drive and a 4.5-hour drive.
All right, let's say this. LSU.
I'll take LSU, and I think they'll cover the points.
What are the points?
13.5.
Yeah. Okay, Southern Cal at Notre Dame. Somebody needs to not go Southern Cal off. Southern Cal is playing well right here. I'm going to take them in the upset. I'm going to take Southern Cal to win the game.
That's what losers are
Yes,
made
I'm
of.
going to take.
Southern Cal's 3-2.
But I did it wrong one. All right, here we go. Southern Cal is 3-2, but they're playing pretty good right now. They're going to upset Notre Dame.
I hope so. Let's get Notre Dame out of the playoff conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't take me to the bank on all this, but
I like Notre Dame.
all right.
I like Notre Dame big.
I'm going to take Southern Cal.
Notre Dame's pretty good.
You want me to just go ahead and circle Florida State for you in this next one?
Florida State, that Clemson. I'm not going to take
You
Florida
know, a
State.
lot of people on the radio down here, of course, this is Florida State territory I've been listening to. They think Florida State will definitely cover the points. They think Florida State's got a lot better.
They couldn't have gotten any worse.
What's the score? What's the score?
The line's 26.5 at Clemson.
Oh, man, that is a lot of points.
Yes,
no
it
question
is.
about it. I'm going to take Clemson to win the game. I
Yeah, I like
everybody else.
Clemson.
You know what? Nobody's even talking about Clemson. Nobody's giving them any respect. I mean, and then when the playoffs is, here's Clemson down here. They're the defending champion.
I tell you what, that quarterback scares me to death, and those receivers still scare me to death. I still have nightmares watching that
But
national championship game.
Why do you watch it?
They're not being televised as much. They're not getting a lot of exposure.
Yeah, you're right.
Who's that?
Clemson.
Clemson?
They're on every game's on TV. They're on
SEC
ABC.
network, just like there is an SEC network.
Yeah, but
so.
that doesn't seem like they're getting much exposure.
They've got an ACC network now.
How did that rollout go? Has anybody heard? Did it do well?
They didn't do near as well as the ratings of the SEC. The numbers aren't even close.
All right, after last week, Penn State and Iowa, I would call this a big game, but Iowa showed what they're made of. Yeah. I'll take Penn State to beat Iowa. Who do y'all like?
Iowa looked hapless against Michigan, so I'll go with Penn State too.
Mike, who do you like?
Yeah, I mean, I watched a lot of that Iowa-Michigan game, and Iowa's offense, I mean, that quarterback, to be a senior, threw 4 interceptions. He got sacked 10 times.
10 times, God.
Michigan had absolutely no offense whatsoever, and still won 10-3.
Yeah.
And Penn State is scoring tons of points. I think Penn State will just outscore them.
Okay, I want to mention before I get it off my brain, our guy at SMU is playing well, Mike. Tell him about him.
Yeah, Richard McBride from Charles Henderson High School, transferred from Auburn, was a senior graduate transfer and leads SMU in tackles.
And ladies and gentlemen,
SMU is 6-0 for the first time since the Pony Express days.
and only SMU would offer him a scholarship because of his concussion background.
They were the only ones that medically would clear him to play.
Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I want to mention this before we get started.
Boy, Troy could have used him.
Is
3
that
games left.
all you folks out there, Jim, here he is. He's going to be, you're going to get a giant balloon, orange and blue balloon with Albie on it, aren't you? Of course, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to selling cars.
You need to wash his sweater.
When it comes to selling cars, it don't matter.
It don't matter.
You're for them all, aren't you? And of course, Auburn getting
We
ready.
celebrating Auburn's off week when we don't play
Well, Auburn's got an off week.
So we're celebrating Auburn's off week.
You know what? I cannot think of any time which is any better than this time for Auburn to be off. They needed to be off.
Oh, yeah.
You know, this is really interesting on the show. How do y'all want to play this? You know, you got Alabama at A&M, but we don't do a show again until next Thursday. Do we throw the Troy-South Alabama game
Yeah,
in?
we're going to throw it in.
They did, and actually, of course, I talked to Mike about this. I won't be here next Thursday. I don't know if y'all want to do it Tuesday or something.
All right, we can do that. We'll work it out. We'll be glad to do that.
I'll be out of town Wednesday and Thursday.
Be glad to do that because we got a big race going for who wins the big dinner for 4 at
You
Big
want to
Race.
bring in your biggest Auburn fan that used to come in for you every once in a while? What's his name?
So Sam's a Troy fan.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought that was the guy that came in that was a big Auburn fan that used to pick her every once in a while.
All right,
yeah, Dan Teal did. You're correct. He used to come in.
All right, here we go.
Penn
Alabama,
State,
Texas A&M.
Everybody
we need
took
to
Penn
score.
State.
Everybody took Penn State. All right, Alabama takes A&M. I'm going to take Alabama. Michael's going to take Alabama. Now tell me your scores, Jim.
I'll take Alabama. I like it 38-24.
38-24, Jim Jackson. Mike, what is yours?
I think Alabama's going to be in the 40s. I think that offense is just, I mean, especially having a week to prepare. And A&M, I think, will be somewhere in the 20s. I'm going to say Alabama wins 42-27.
42-27. I like 42-14. 42-14. Alabama is going to romp over A&M. 42-14.
Do you think Alabama's defense can hold Texas A&M to 14 points?
The way A&M's going, I'm saying
Clemson did, so, I mean, they scored late to get to 10. I had it 38-24. We want to wait on the Troy-South Alabama game since we're going to do it on Tuesday, maybe?
No, let's go ahead. We'll talk about it. What do y'all?
I want to pick my score.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
I like Troy.
I got Alabama winning by 10, 34-24. Auburn won by 7, I think ended up, or 8.
Yeah.
So Alabama will win by a little more than Auburn did.
Troy needs
you think A&M will hold Alabama at 34 points?
Yeah.
I had them at 38, so.
Man, I still think Alabama will be in the 40s against them. But did y'all see how Arkansas moved the ball on them?
Well, that's true.
Well, what you mean on A&M or who?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, Arkansas was almost in the 30s against them.
I think I don't think Texas A&M was really into that Arkansas game and was maybe looking past it, and they will be focused on Alabama. You can be sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's basically their whole season. I mean, they've already had 2 losses. I mean, they're going to do everything they can to beat Alabama.
Now, did A&M play last week, or did they have an off week?
They had an off week.
Okay.
Both Alabama and A&M had off weeks.
Yeah, Mike, give me your score of the Troy-South Alabama game. Troy needs this.
Well, I mean, this is the biggest game in Chip Lindsey's young coaching career. I mean, it's a must-win. If you lose this game, you're already going to pretty much lose the fan base because everybody's already if you read social media and post, everybody's already shocked that we're 2 and 3. So
yes.
If Troy loses this, I will be absolutely shocked. I mean, South Alabama is 1-5, and I mean I watched them play UAB, and I think they scored 3 points against UAB. And
somebody told me they didn't even have a first down except for the times they scored, and they give them a first down.
Yeah, they played better against Georgia Southern, but it was all on big plays, which is kind of scary against Troy's defense. But I think Troy will win the game, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's close, especially if Caleb Barker doesn't play, and we're playing a quarterback starting his first game. It could probably go down the wire, but I'll take Troy.
All right, what's the score?
I'll take Troy 35 to 27.
35-27. I'll take Troy 28-21.
I'll take Troy 30-20.
All right, who do you like, Jim? Jim Jackson?
Troy 38-16.
I tell you what, it's a great weekend of college football. I hope you enjoyed. Of course, we got a game of the week going on here at Troy Cable. Charles Henderson and Carroll of Ozark tomorrow night, starting at 7 o'clock. We'll go on air probably 15 minutes prior to that.
And Saturday's actually a good day. You got Texas, Oklahoma at 11, Alabama, Texas A&M at 2:30, LSU, Florida at 7.
Oh, man,
so
that's going to be something.
You got 3 back-to-back.
And you know, the more I think about this thing, if LSU wins that game, look out for the Alabama-LSU game to have more hype around it than most any college football game
has in a while.
maybe in a long, long while. You want to see it's going to turn this thing into a real war, Alabama and LSU, if LSU will do what they need to do, and Alabama's got to do what they need to do Saturday. Hope you've enjoyed our show, brought to you by Bill Jackson Chevrolet Ford on the bypass in Troy. Of course, to the left, you're going north. To the right, Bill Jackson
you got
Chevrolet.
Ford on the right.
And to the left and to the right, you've got Bill Jackson Ford, right across the street from each other on the bypass here in Troy. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow morning right here on this show.